This is one of those movies that needed to be in the theaters.
I can see that. Yeah, I wouldn't be opposed to this being in the theaters.
The only gripe I have is the title. Why call it Beverly Hills Cop Axel F when just call it Axel F?
I guess they're trying to play on the fact that it's been what 30 years since the last movie, and they want people to remember this is Beverly Hills Cop. Like they forgot.
Didn't need to be. With a Rotten Tomato score of 67% by the critics and 79% by the audience, it needed to be higher because this movie was a total love story to the first one, to the original.
Oh, it's absolutely like a tribute film in a lot of ways. Like some parts they just take it right from the source material, and others they just like play off of it and a little bit outside of it.
Well, a little bit of Beverly Hills Cop 2, but none of Beverly Hills Cop 3, I believe.
They even talk about that.
Welcome back to the Tales of Two Bros. My name is Angel,
I'm a Don.
where we give you a review at least once a week. Spoiler alert. I would definitely have seen this in the theaters. I would have been happy with that.
Okay, so wait. Let's be honest. First of all, before watching the film, would you have been optimistic to see it in the theaters?
I thought originally it was going to be in the theaters.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Okay.
I mean, we have Coming to America, right? The sequel.
But was that worthy for theaters? You saw that.
No.
Exactly.
No. Right. I mean, we did a review on Beverly Hills Cop,
The first
the
one.
original, because we thought it was going to come out sooner.
We heard about the news and we decided to celebrate the first movie.
Right. But as I was watching on Netflix, which is currently streaming on, and I'm surprised, I mean, like, because you have Coming to America on Amazon. Granted, he did You People. That was directly for Netflix. I guess he is at the age that he doesn't care where his work is seen. He doesn't really need the money because, I mean, he's getting residuals up the yin yang. But watching it, I was like, holy crap, this was damn good.
You know, I do agree in overall experience. Yeah. Here's my thing. Like when I first heard about Beverly Hills Cop, Axel F or Axel 4, Beverly Hills Cop 4, whatever you want to call it, I was like, cool, I'll watch it. But I'm not too optimistic for it because, like, how often do we get a sequel, like, 10, 20 years, 30 years later and be great? Case in point, we got the last Matrix movie. That was not exciting.
Right.
We already mentioned Coming to America. Ghostbuster, I know I liked it, but I don't know if you liked it.
I haven't seen the recent Ghostbuster.
But it doesn't hit the same.
I saw the
100% hits different.
Of course.
Yeah.
Well, of course, because you have a different demographic and audience. Where here, you have pretty much the same three people, the three amigos or three stooges, however you want to look at it, where you have Axel and you have Taggart and you have Rosewood. They're there. Maybe not as big of a role as they used to.
Yes.
But it's still there. And I love the fact that, in a sense, in honor of Beverly Hills Cop 2, where Rosewood was a big Sylvester Stallone fan. And also as a callback to Sylvester Stallone was the original choice for Beverly Hills Cop. But Eddie got it. And also, I'm stuttering here, but you spoke about Ghostbusters.
Yeah.
Eddie Murphy was supposed to be in Ghostbusters.
Yes, he was originally supposed to be one of the cast members.
Right. He was the Ernie Hudson role.
Was he supposed to be Ernie?
Well, he was the only black guy there. Hello.
I mean.
But he was tied up with Beverly Hills Cop that he couldn't do Ghostbusters. Like I said, Rosewood was a big fan after his encounter with Foley and all that machismo stuff that he got more into the Cobra, the Rambo, and the Rambo knife.
Yep.
Where the USB drive is in there. I just kind of like that callback to that movie. I don't know what you said they brought a callback to 3?
So there's a scene, which I didn't watch the trailers for this movie. I didn't know Joseph Gordon-Levitt was in the film, even to begin with. When Axel Foley first gets arrested and he's being, I guess, debriefed or interviewed by Joseph Gordon-Levitt's character, they reference the 3 movies. He's like, you've been to Beverly Hills 3 previous times. And he's like, the first 2 times, and then like he's talking about like the damage and the, everything. He mentions the years in sequential order, and he's like, we're not even going to talk about 94. Or he says something along those lines. The descriptions is like how those movies did, basically.
Well, right, in a sense, like, but you had the file and you had the pictures showing of Eddie
Hmm.
from those scenes and those movies. But right, like part three is something that Eddie Murphy is not proud of, and I guess it's the same thing. Like, I don't want to talk about it.
Yes. But I was also
Kind of
going to
approach.
say, like, outside of the Beverly Hills movies, is like there's a one scene where they land on the golf course. For
Oh,
me,
oh, it has to be the same
I
world.
was
Yes,
asking the same thing because I was like,
Happy
that's Happy
Gilmore.
Gilmore. That's Shooter McGavin, man. I don't care what anybody says. That's Shooter McGavin.
I'm saying, like, is that the same top he was wearing that he wore?
I don't think it's the same top, but it looked. He acted just the same.
Maybe
They
I
just have
saw it
him
somewhere.
titled as a golfer, but the way that he portrayed it, the way that he
Right.
is, I'm like, you can't tell me that's not Shooter McGavin from Happy Gilmore.
But what I'm saying
Still.
is, like, how to word this is like Eddie Murphy is like recognizing the talent of Adam Sandler and
Yes.
do that little callback because they're both from SNL.
Mhm.
They're both like
So even though Adam
stars from
Sandler's
that
not
show.
there, it's like
Right,
homage to probably a project he
and like
likes. I think
right, or a respect to another SNL cast
alum.
member, possibly. But it was just totally cool, and I mean, you can make it work. Maybe in the future, another Beverly Hills Cop film, number 5, because you're right, it is 30 years since the last one,
Yeah.
and he looks great now. Not that Taggart does not. Taggart looks like he's on his deathbed. Rosewood looks like a Rosewood looks like his character from Fast Times at Richmond High grew up, like because he had that like Guns N' Roses shirt, and he was like, "Hey
Yeah, he
man,"
didn't let go of the '90s.
he was kind of like Johnny from Cobra Kai.
That's more accurate. Yes.
I mean, I enjoyed to see them all together. Granted, the only time they're all together is mainly at the end, but it was still good to see.
True.
Even though I had a great time, there are some faux pas here. There are some great moments. What was your great moment or scene that you liked? Oh, before we go in that, Kevin Bacon.
Yes.
Kevin Bacon was an awesome villain.
I didn't see him again. Didn't watch the trailer, so I didn't know Kevin Bacon was in it. But as soon as I saw Kevin Bacon, I saw the interaction. I knew that he's got to be the bad guy. Which I don't care that I can figure out he's the bad guy right away because Kevin Bacon makes a good bad guy. He makes a good. He's a good actor in general. I love Kevin Bacon in roles, and when you give him a role that he can ham up, he'll chew up that scene.
Well, I only know that he was a bad guy because I saw like an interview or something like that on YouTube, something like that, or that they mentioned that he's the bad guy. I was like, damn it, because I didn't know he was in the movie either.
Oh no, I just got that vibe instantly. I'm like, oh man.
Besides that, you kind of know that he's the bad guy because Axel starts talking about his shoes and all that stuff. He's like, he's like, hey.
He's like, I'm not hiding it just because I can get away with it. Yeah. That kind of vibe.
To go back, do you have a favorite moment?
I love seeing Serge come back. That was great.
As now a real estate agent.
Yes. Get the fuck out of here.
I'm serious. Axel.
The funny thing is, like the car chase scenes, I forget, I think it's the second one that they did. Didn't they pull some of the music back from the first movie? Like some of the music that was playing was like from the first movie.
They did The Heat Is On.
Yes.
Just like how they did in the sense of like The Heat Is On was done in the beginning of the first movie, like for the credits, which I didn't think it didn't fit, but they did it here. And they did the Neutron dance again on a car chase where they did it also in the original one, which it didn't fit. The Heat Is On fits more of the car chase than the Neutron dance.
I agree. But the fact that it's a callback. Put it there again. The fact that it's a callback makes it work now.
Well, yeah. I mean, because you have, again, love story again to the original, like how much or how well the original was done. You have also Paul Reiser, he was chief, deputy chief, whatever he was.
He was originally in the first movie as like one of his police friends. And Paul Reiser, I like Paul Reiser. He's been in a lot of roles.
He's in Aliens, the Mad About You, that show, and so forth and so forth. But no, this guy as a comedian has really good timing and range. And he was playing the same part where he always has Axel's back.
Yeah.
Hey, he had his back so much that he was willing to quit his job to protect Axel's for his debacle with the hockey thieves.
Yeah, like Axel gets the job done, but there's a lot of collateral damage in that. I was not as big a fan between the interaction between him and his daughter.
It almost felt like it wasn't needed, but I understand it. But I don't think it was needed. Like she could have been someone else. She could have been Rosewood's daughter.
Correct. Like aspect. As tight as he is with everybody else, he would have and that was the thing. Like I've seen that where it was discussed. Like and that seems out of character for Axel. And like in all the other franchises, like he always steps up for that responsibility as a friend or someone that he knows. He'll sacrifice everything, potentially, put it on risk to be there for them. But his own daughter, he would disappear.
He was trying to protect his ex-wife and daughter by sending them away while he stayed there.
For 20 years, that becomes no longer a factor. That becomes like, he's like,
choice.
My wife told me not to be part of there. I feel like that's not really like how that works. Like if he's going to fight for them.
I mean, granted, they did the daughter thing, I think part 3.
I didn't watch part 3 in a long time, so I can't say.
Right, yeah. Is the other chief, before him, the guy from RoboCop?
Yeah.
His daughter was like investigating something and whatever. Or no, he was investigating something.
That's part 2.
Then he got shot.
That was part 2.
That's 2?
Yeah, I just watched part 2, actually. So in part 2, he was investigating the alphabet crimes, and he got shot, and he was like comatose for a short while. Axel comes back, meets his daughter, who apparently he already knew, and they are investigating. Yes.
And then he goes back. Yeah, because I haven't seen part 2 or part 3 in a while either. Like I saw the first one because to me the first one is iconic, a gem in so many ways. Do you know that he changed his laugh because of that movie and other ones too?
So he's no longer associated with that laugh?
No. But the thing is, like his laugh, like, look, I can't do it now. No, kind of like, like that one, right?
Yeah.
So it was so, I guess,
iconic?
Dramatic, not dramatic, but no, iconic too. But he got self-conscious about it. That he changed his laugh to more of like a subtle laugh, like not like he used to, like just let it loose. But anyway,
I would say the scene work where you would be with, of course, Taggart and them, but the interactions between him, the moments with him and Kevin Bacon, like when they're in the interview room with Axel and Kevin sneaks, goes away, he comes back and he's like, "Where is he?" And he pulls a chair out from under him, making him think that it's like air ducts that he sneaks out. Yes. Yeah. I thought it was a clever scene. How he disappeared, I don't know.
I don't understand either. Yeah. The room's right there. It's like he's not like ninja. He's not that dark.
Oh, also, sorry, I'm going on a tangent on this part. Was that the same mansion from the first movie?
You talking about the one that the realtor is looking at?
Yeah, but then he sneaks away and he's like going through the back out the garden, and he's going around the path and taking the stairs. They look a lot like the shootout scene at the end of Beverly Hills Cop 1.
If it was, I think he would have had a reaction. Because I didn't do no callback because I was like looking, because I remember that one had a pool. Did the first one have a pool? Probably so, but I don't remember in that sense. But in the first movie, he's behind the wall and he takes a gun and he starts shooting blindly, and he hits nothing, I think, or maybe he hit someone, maybe he killed one of the guardsmen, but he definitely did it here, and it was just a nice callback to there, which I thought was good. For me, my favorite parts when Axel became Eddie.
Yes,
where he becomes into a different character, like when he goes into the hockey locker room, very similar to in a sense of when he's at the strip club and he says, "Phil, hey, Phil, what's up, man? Don't you remember?" Kind of like that, where he just goes into a different character. He did it a couple of times here.
Like the scene where the guy is like doing the karaoke.
Yes, and that was a great scene too. Guzman, I knew he was in it, and I totally forgot to have him there play like a gay drug pin. Well, maybe not gay, maybe it was pansexual, but he was wearing an eyeliner and like flirting. He was flirting with Govett, whatever his name is. What's that kid's name again? Bobby.
Was he flirting with Bobby? Because
oh yes, he was flirting at the end. At the end,
yes. But at the beginning, he was like, "I'm gonna kill you first."
No, but then I think he winked at him and blew a kiss.
Yeah.
But to have him in that movie, even though it's just like a small role, it was a great role for him because this guy, he can play almost anything.
Yeah.
And he's a legend. Yeah, every time that Eddie Murphy went into character or Axel Foley went into character, he did it 3 times. He did it at the strip club, the karaoke strip club. He did it at, like I said, at the hockey locker room.
He also did it at the nightclub.
At the Pound.
No, he also did it the when he was trying to get into the nightclub where Kevin Bacon was, but his daughter gave him the assist.
Right. And that was as a callback to the first movie where they're going to the restaurant and he plays a gay character. It's like, yes, I'm looking for him. Like the test came back not so well.
That was a good moment where he was talking to the valet.
Oh, and the guy changes his voice.
No, but even before that, he's like, help a brother out. It's like, oh, help a brother out. Are you going to help me out? He's like, I got like so many kids. This is the only job I got in Beverly Hills. You going to help me out? Which is like opposite what happened in the first movie where Damon Wayans was what? Yes. He's like, here's a banana.
You can have that similarity. But I like that when the guy is doing that. Oh, him, I can't remember his name, but he does like videos on YouTube, whatever. Mm-hmm. Like he does tributes to Bruce Lee, where he wears the Game of Death tracksuit. He does a pretty good job. He does a scene with him and his girl or wife or whoever, a female partner. Anyway.
His name is Affion Crockett, Country Club Valet.
Yeah, but he was great because when he goes into like, he's talking like man to man. And then when a patron comes up to get the car, he goes into an English accent.
Yes.
Oh, yes, right. I'll get your car right away, ma'am. Don't worry about it. Isn't it such a lovely day? I'm telling you, this movie should have been in the theaters. It was a damn shame it wasn't. It should have been in the theaters. It would have racked up. It would have been the summer of blacks.
What?
Well, Bad Boys 4 is killing it in the box office, apparently. And they have this movie about another cop that's black. A comedian. Come on. It would have killed. He hasn't been in a movie. He hasn't been in a movie that came out in the theaters in such a long time.
The last film he did was the Candy Cane Lane and You People
Coming to America.
All of those went to streaming services.
That's what I'm saying.
I think the last movie that went out to theater was Dolomite Is My Name. No, that didn't even go.
That was Netflix. They may have been in the theaters for like a smidget, but that was definitely Netflix.
1,000 Words, maybe? Did that hit theaters? That was in 2012.
Yeah, that was theaters. This is what I like about this one, because it goes back more to acting-wise. It goes back to his early days with 48 Hours, with Trading Places, with Beverly Hills Cop. His acting was raw. It wasn't over the top like you see like in 1,000 Words or other movies like Dr. Dolittle or The Nutty Professor and things like that. Like he goes all crazy. Oh no, he did another movie with Ben Stiller. It was like a robbery. That the girl from Precious is in it as well. It was a heist movie. I think that was the last time. Or the one where with Beyonce. There's a musical.
Dreamgirls?
Yes. That's another one
that came out before the 1,000 Wishes. And you're talking about Tower Heist, I think. Was the one with the heist. So 1,000 Wishes came out after that too.
What?
Yeah, Tower Heist was listed as 2011. 1,000 Wishes was 2012.
Oh.
I fact checked it.
That's the one with the tree.
Yeah.
That's the one with the tree, right? And he did a movie though I did like. I think with him and Jeff Goldblum. I'm thinking he plays like a god or Jesus. He's shaved head. He has a robe on. That's pretty much what his outfit is. Holy Man or something like that.
Yeah, there was a Holy Man that came out in 1998. You're going even older.
No.
Yeah. Holy Man came out before Nutty Professor 2, which was 2000. Even before that, there was like Showtime. That was in 2002. Adventures of Pluto Nash, I Spy. All those came out well before 1,000 Wishes.
Oh, Mr. Church. I forgot about that one. That was a great movie too. And that was a serious role.
But that didn't hit theaters, did it?
I think it did.
I didn't even know about Mr. Church.
It's a good one.
So if that one did hit theaters, then that one would have been the most recent.
Wow.
You're flabbergasted.
Time flies. I am, because time flies, because you're right, 1998.
Same year as Dr. Dolittle.
And then he did Bowfinger. Bowfinger was another great one from him.
I was never a fan of Bowfinger.
Oh my, I thought it was To me, I thought that was a great, not so much of Steve Martin's character, but Eddie's portrayal as the brothers. It's
I
like
get you. Yeah.
brothers were they brothers or cousins?
I think they were
No,
supposed
I
to
know
be
they're.
more cousins.
I think they were definitely. But anyway, we're going off in a tangent because we're going down like memory lane of one of the greatest here. Now, faux pas. Do you have any faux pas? Because I do, and my biggest one, besides the daughter not really needed, but okay, fine. The car chase. Is it really a car chase or foot chase with the car on the little buggy he had on? He was driving through Beverly Hills.
Oh, okay, so that was the second car chase. There was like 3, right? 3 car chases or 4?
Maybe 4. But that's the one where like he infiltrates. He goes into Rosewood's apartment, grabs the note, and they figure out that he's not part of the crew.
So that was the second one for sure.
But that reminded me of Indiana Jones and the last one, the last crappy one.
So that's why you didn't like it. It brought back bad memories.
Well, like he's riding around, and it's pretty much the same kind of cart, 3 wheels, one in the front, 2 in the back, and he's trying to going around the bend down the hill, just pretty much similar to Indiana Jones did with that one. What was that movie called again? The Indiana Jones and Waste of Money.
Oh, The Dial of Destiny.
Right. So anyway, that's what it reminded me of, and I was like, it was because it was just too much in my sense. It took too long,
and it was kind of ridiculous that the one traffic lady hanging on.
No, I found that funny. I did kind of find it because you don't realize it because they pointing to Axel, and then he turns and she's there, and her face is like. Fair but enough. Again, just too long. What about you?
I mean, like, I agree with the whole, we talked about the daughter part, the family dynamic, just didn't feel right. And like, I guess it's because of that not feeling right, it transitions to the interaction between the two, not feeling smooth.
We didn't see any kind of relationship with him with a female in the previous films.
Yeah.
Since it's been 30 years since the last one, like you can see like he meets a girl, a lady at the end and starts having a relation.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't remember part 3 so well, so I don't know if that did happen or not.
I would say
I didn't even like the
Oh, go ahead. You first.
Well, the dynamic with not just her and him, but with her and the detective. They had a previous relationship. She kept making moves on him.
Yeah. Although she was
respecting
granted, like she was the one that broke it off.
Right.
And
she broke it off
he respected her boundaries.
Right. And then she's trying to like sneak in that kiss where they're house shopping and then like all this, like ask all these questions, are you dating anyone? Blah, blah, blah. He's like, come on now.
I think it was a twofold thing. Like one of those things, like you broke up with someone, but you kind of regret it and subconsciously. And then secondly, her father's there. And clearly her father is like having a little bit of an issue. It's like, you guys had intercourse? It's like, and like, and she knew that, like, she can get the vibe he didn't like her father and vice versa.
I just find it also just kind of convenient that the cop that's booking Axel is the same guy that used to date.
Which I also thought daughter. It was a little bit weird that he worked a case that Rosewood quit on. Because, like, he worked a case, Rosewood was investigating that case, and they intertwined. Taggart becomes chief, right? Rosewood was still working with the police department. But then the initial investigating case that involves Kevin Bacon, because Taggart doesn't bother looking at the evidence Rosewood presents initially. Right. And then Rosewood
he brings that up. He brought it up. He brought it up to Taggart, right.
And Rosewood quits because of that. And he calls him out on it. It's like, you guys have been partners for like 30 years. And this was the thing that you couldn't follow up on, and that's it. It made no sense, like, because like Taggart in the previous films, he would do a lot of things by the book, but at the same time, he was like the guy that would kind of push the boundaries a little bit. Rosewood extreme.
Yes, he'll fold.
Yes,
yes,
he'll fold, but he'll follow the letter. But he wouldn't buckle on his colleagues or friends. Ignore Rosewood a lot, but if he was really adamant about something, he would follow through and do the due diligence of checking. Due diligence of checking.
Oh, it sounded like you said due chicken. That's what it sounded like you said. It sounded like are you hungry?
Not yet. But the fact of the matter is, like, yes, it's a good call out that they do in the movie. He's like, "Are you on the take?" and stuff like that, and pulls that out there.
No, yeah.
but it is also out of character.
Right. But I mean, it kind of makes sense because at his age, he's like way past retirement. So why are you still working? So that can be put into question. Like, you can still be making bank because you're working with bacon here that's still paying you. So that there could be a thing there.
He needs to work because he's been like separated from his wife like 15 times. I mean,
well, he's back with her. He's back with her again. I was like,
exactly. It happened in Beverly Hill Cop 1, Beverly Hill Cop 2. Mm-hmm. I don't know about 3.
It's like herpes.
And they finally show her. I don't remember seeing her in 1 and 2.
Right. And we can feel his pain. Is this worth the watch?
Yes.
Yes. It is definitely worth the watch, especially it's on Netflix. Mm-hmm. Do I wish it was on the theaters? Yes. Clearly. I would have loved to have seen this on the theater. Oh, and also they went to the callback at the end. The 3 of them are in the car.
Yes. He's like, I'll take you out to a nice place that has steak. He was like, that's literally the line he gave in the first movie.
Not just that, it was also like what his lines are. What could happen? Something like that. What's the worst
his line? Yes, trust me.
Yeah, something like that, right? And he smiles. So anyway, yes, definitely worth the watch. I'm definitely going to see it again because Kim didn't see it. She didn't get a chance to see it, so I'm going to watch it again with her. I think she's going to have a good time with it. With the Rotten Tomatoes score, again, by the critics is 67%, by the audience is 79%. I'm with the audience a little bit more. I would give it more like an 85. For one, nostalgia. For 2, Eddie went back to being Eddie, not the annoying, over dramatic, overacting Eddie. Here was a little more tone, a little more reserved, and it still gave the performance. He went back to Axel Foley, as it was like in the first one, and that's what I liked about it. What about you?
I think an 85 is a solid score on it. It's not in like the top tier movie of the year, but it's a damn good time. It's something if you feeling nostalgic but you don't want to watch the original, you can definitely pick this up and still feel good.
No, exactly. Especially if you get the references like we mentioned, the Happy Gilmore reference from 1 and 2. I guess Indiana Jones too, if you want to go to that. One more thing too is like, it was kind of funny with the helicopter, why we figure out why he was no longer a helicopter pilot.
True. He's like, I crashed.
And and also to reference to Indiana Jones, his jacket for 2 and 3 had became the steeple. Like staple. Harrison Ford's Indiana Jones. What did I say?
You said steeple.
Oh, staple. So like Indiana Jones's hat and leather jacket, that varsity jacket became his thing, but then he didn't wear it all the whole time. He wore it in like the beginning and at the end, not so much in the middle. He had the suit, he had the bomber jacket, the black satin bomber jacket.
I feel like that purple suit reminded me of something like one of his previous films.
Yeah, it did, and I can't remember what.
It wasn't Boomerang.
No. Boomerang, he was dressed to the 9. He was dressed sharp. Yeah. That suit was not dressing sharp. It was something else, and I can't relate to what movie that connects to. I don't know. It was definitely not.
But okay.
Boomerang, he was dressed sharp.
Maybe
like people like from that movie, so many people want to dress like him. I mean, his outfit, he was sharp as hell.
No, that was his character in Boomerang. Yeah.
All right, guys, that is our movie review of Axel F, currently streaming on Netflix. Have you seen it? What was your favorite moment? What was your least favorite moment? Let us know in the comments below. And as always, if you have a movie or show you'd like us to review, also let us know in the comment below. And don't forget to follow us on Instagram. Until next time, we'll be the next time. I'm Angel.
I'm Adon.
Love you, bro.
Love you too.
Damn, I can't do his laugh.
I can't do it now either.